What's up, guys? I got a quick little video here. I had some questions about my camera mount, my camera boom on my kayak. It's a DIY project. I love DIY stuff. If you know me, I like making my own stuff. But this is what it is. Let you see what it is there. It's Amazon Basics. It's the regular monopod. I've already got it kind of modified, but I'm just going to tell you kind of how I done it. I like this concept better than I do the Yak Attack, the different style rod, the different style camera booms that they have, because it has a, this one just, it has a telescoping type thing and you clamp it down. But the other brands that's out there, the store-bought ones, has a knuckle right here, and has the knob like this that you turn to adjust it. But to me, it's a little finicky. It's a little too much adjustment, you know. I like this one because it's got one adjustment here where this mounts to my kayak, and then it's got adjustment on the end where this mounts to my camera. So give you a quick rundown how I put this together. It's got all the adjustments you could possibly want. All the angles. I can swing it around behind me, swing it around in front of me. My other kayak camera boom was just I think it was a 1-inch PVC pipe with a 1/4 thread on the top of it on a cap. That's all I had really, and it worked great. I used it a lot. In a lot of my videos, that's what you see, behind me, shooting down to me. But it didn't really have any adjustments to it. It's there, it was in my rod holders where it's set at. But this one right here, I love it. It has a lot more adjustability to it. Out there on my kayak, I have a flush mount locking Scotty mount, rod holder mount, but it's the locking kind. And it mounts to my kayak. I didn't really show a lot of that video. I have a few clips I'll show you, but I took the rod holder that comes with my kayak. I have a feel-free kayak, and I take the rod holder out and I mounted it right there close by where I could get this wrench. What I did, I took a piece of tape and taped the nut to it. You don't go all the way around it, but you just tape it on the bottom and up the two sides, leave the top open. And I stuck it in my rod holder, and you get it up on the nut. You get the nut up on the bolt that's sticking down through there. And you've got to drill holes in your kayak for this, but hey, what is DIY without drilling some holes, right? So you stick this underneath there, but I'll use this. This actually worked a little better. You clamp it to your vice grips, clamp it to it, and you can kind of hold a little bit more pressure on it. So you get it started. Now I would suggest to get it started really slow, it's nylon locking nuts. I did strip one out and had to go buy another nut and another bolt to go in there. But you just got to be real careful. If you strip one out, just keep messing with it till you get it. Don't keep torquing down on it. If you think it's stripped, take it out and back up and regroup. But it wasn't too bad. I've got two of them. The flush mount rod holders, the locking kind. I've got them one in each kayak, and wasn't too hard to put in. You just each kayak's going to be different where you put it at. I don't have a lot of hull access to the middle part of my kayak, so I had to use had to do it the way I did it. But anyway, back to this. I'll link all these parts down below in the description what I used. It's just a regular monopod from Amazon, and you're going to need two of these, the Scotty mount, that go together like this. Now one of them goes in the end of this. What you're going to do is pop this out. This is what comes in the monopod. It's a camera mount, but you pull these screws out. There's a foam sleeve here. You slide that down, and that'll reveal your screws right there. Take them screws out, and this part right here just pops right out. And this Scotty mount, it's got the teeth on it. You can see I got one here. It's got the teeth lined up on there. It slides right in there without any problem whatsoever. You slide it in there. I took the smallest drill bit I have, which I can't remember what it is. It's over there, but this very small drill bit, And I tap these out, to make it a little easier to go in there. And then you slide your phone grip back up on there. And I mean, it looks store-bought. It looks like you bought it like that. It works real good. It's real tight in there. And on this end, the business end, you can take, it comes with this little rubber piece right here. Comes on the end of it, and comes just like that. And what you do is, I took a pair of pliers and I grabbed a hold of it and just popped right off. I mean, it wasn't on there very good at all. It's just a stud sticking out of here. Now, this is not what came in it. This is a quarter 20. Make sure you get the quarter 20. All camera mounts are all pretty much standard quarter 20 that I know of. But I went to Lowe's and I got a piece of threaded rod, and I cut it to the length I wanted, which it sticks out of here maybe ½ inch or so out of the end of this. And the rod that comes with this, you just snatch it out. It come out really easy. You might have to wiggle a little bit, but you pop it out of there, and your quarter 20 threaded rod will sit right down in there. And I took this right here, which is JB-weld brand. It's good stuff. It's 5-minute epoxy. Got that at Lowe's also. I mixed me up a little bit, stuck it down in there, stuck my threaded rod in there, and left it overnight, let it dry. And that thing ain't going nowhere. Now, I also have a nut on here. I just put a nut on there to take up a little slack and to lock my other piece on here, which is this. This is it's a ball mount. It's got just a ton of adjustability on it. I mean, that thing's it's really made real well. This also come off of Amazon. Links below. This is actually metal. This is a metal piece. The only thing plastic is this little piece here. But everything else is metal that I can tell, and it's stainless steel. This has the quarter 20 female end. And what you do is screw it on top of this. Now I took some Loctite. It's the blue Loctite. Do not get the red unless you want it permanent. And I put a little dab of Loctite on there just to kind of hold it firm, because sometimes it'll try to twist off if you're trying to reach back there and adjust your camera a little bit. It'll want to twist. But that's why I got that lock nut on there. I'll take these pliers and grip on this and take my wrench and lock that down pretty tight so it don't try to twist right here. But that's basically all there are to it. I mean, it works great. Now, one thing I did, I'll give Kayak USA a shout out. This, I got most of my ideas from him, except for what he done and some more guys. They took these, this right here is what goes into your flush mount rod holder. It goes in there, and it has them teeth on it, like that one right there. That one's never been messed with. It's for my depth finder. But I took it. If you notice, the teeth are ground down even with the shaft. They're all ground down even with the shaft. And some guys take electrical tape and put around there, because when you stick it in your rod holder, it just wants to just turn, just sit there and just flop around. And you take that electrical tape and put it around there, and it adds a little friction to it, tightens it up. But I kept having problems with it balling up, and just, it just didn't work right with me. So I went to Lowe's and went to digging around, and I found this little deal right here, which is just a O-ring out of the faucet section at Lowe's. Right here it is. I bought it's like an 8-pack or something like that, but it's number 14. You can see that. Maybe it'll focus on it. I'll try to link it below if I can find this too, but this came from Lowe's. It's just a number 14 O-ring. And you slide that O-ring up on there all the way to the end, and when you stick this down in my locking rod holder and lock it in place, it adds just enough friction to it. I can reach behind me and push it out and push it straight out from me on my kayak, and it pretty much sits there. I've not had really a lot of trouble with it moving around on me, and it works wonderful. It works great. Now, if you don't want to drill holes in your kayak and you have the track system, this is a track mounted Scotty mount. It works the same with it. It sits in there and it locks into place. And stick that in there and it locks into place. You see how it just spins freely? Now, and you take that washer, you take this and put on there. It makes it a little bit harder to get locked into place, but you put it on there and lock that joker in, and it swings, and it adds a little rigidity to it. It don't just freewheel all the way around it. And it's in there. It ain't going nowhere. And you can use that on your rail system if you have one on your kayak. But I wanted something a little more permanent, and I have this. This is for my depth finder. My arm right here, that's what it goes in, and my transducer mounts on there. But you know, you can use this for your camera if you want to have it in front of you. I have another little camera mount. I'll put it in front of me on this sometimes, and I have a couple of these. But it works. It works good. But that little O-ring is the ticket. It does add just enough friction to it to stop it from spinning. Now, one thing you'll need is these little discs. These little slip discs they're perfect for this application. You'll need this knob right here, which this shaft is 1 3/4 inches long. You got to get it at least 1 3/4 inches to fit through all of that and to tighten up on the nut on the other side. You tighten it down, and it don't have to be really that tight. Them slip discs, they do a good job. You stick it on there, and that's my camera boom. I mean, it goes all the way around on both sides of my kayak. Uh-oh, excuse me. And these teeth on here, hitting that reminded me, I ground them down with my Dremel tool. But you can use a file. You know, it may take you a little longer, whatever you got. But once you grind them down even, stick that on there, it swivels, and it works amazing, man. I love it. But I think that's about it. It's working out great for me. I love it. I enjoy it. I enjoy filming my fishing trips, and hope to have some more in the future. And also have a sneak peek here. This is something for you feel-free guys to have this pod in the middle. This is an upcoming video, but I have a plug I mounted on this. My fish finder is going to go right here, but still working on it. Still got a few things to do with this. Anyway, appreciate y'all watching. Have any questions, drop them below. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and we'll see y'all in the next video.